I do remember, as a child, it was very difficult feeding me, and parents and my grandparents used to take me out, trying to feed me up, So I used to enjoy things from restaurants and so on. So those are what I have, the faintest memories. It was more of a survival need that inspired me to be a chef, and so from school days, that passion started for cooking, and we used to cook something at home. It should be simple, handcrafted, fresh, very flavorful. I believe to use, stuff that is actually in season availability rather than using canned food or something preserved. So those are the simple basic techniques, and I also believe that, food should not be very overcooked. My favorite one is actually, especially if I'm cooking meats, it's about, seasoning it right, searing it, giving it a quick grill, and then you either braise it or finish it in the oven. I would actually go for appetizers. Something which, you can be, very creative about. There's a lot of color contrast to it. There's a lot of textures involved in it. Also, mostly these are very small portions, so you can do a couple of appetizers rather than going in for one particular main course. A simple spaghetti aglio olio. So, I like that little bit of chilies coming in, the herbs, the parsley, and the spaghetti as such. Well, desserts, I try to avoid them because obviously a lot of desserts, a lot of sugar, I do understand. But to be honest, is cheesecakes, which I love the most. Could be both your Philadelphia cheesecakes or your cold ones like the tiramisu. I love using butter a lot, and especially, I do understand people are very conscious about the fat content, the calorie content. When you finish a sauce or you mount a pasta with butter, it just changes the way the binding of that particular dish or the sauce changes, or the glaze comes across onto your plate. So I do a little bit of cheating on that part, but it's for the upgrade of the product. I actually don't like the flavor of bitter gourd. It spoils the whole appetite and ruins the other products also which are served along with it. I would say my wife at home and my mom. I don't give that much of, an attention at home when I do stuff at home. There was my ex-boss called Elton who used to critique me a lot, and obviously positive inputs and stuff, and that's from where I learned a lot from him as well. But I've been taken by my local friends to MTR, which is like a tiffin center, and I really love the concept there. So it's something like, no reservations and such. You just walk in, stand in a queue, end up with your whatever you feel like, mini meals and so on. The other place, that I've actually spent a lot of time is Mumbai, and this place called Muhammad Ali Road, and especially, during the Ramadan timings when it opens up for iftar, is probably one of the best street food you could come across. Shanghai, I actually love the concept of their seafood. Whichever restaurant you go, fishes are actually stored in tanks. You pick your fish, you choose your way of cooking, and this is not just, one particular restaurant, but across the city wherever you go, you find this trend. So Shanghai makes it very different, and one of the very different things that I have eaten is actually chicken feet. But if it is done the right way, crispy, fried, it is so succulent, so good. It's something very unique and something very different. So whenever I get a chance to, have a full-fledged meal at my home on my day off, I just hog into it. And I also do it at the liberty of understanding that, this is homemade, and this is low on calories, and this is good for me. We do dosas, we do idlis, we do, things like appams and string hoppers and so on. So they actually are very unique, and the steaming method's always better for you. So I have the opportunity to cook for Sheikh Mohammed, who is the Crown Prince of Dubai. We've done a lot of things for him, and he used to visit the place a lot often. He loves Indian cuisine as well. I was the chef for Mr. Manmohan Singh on his planned visit to Cebu in Philippines for an ASEAN summit. Subs Miloni with Palak Saag was the one that we did for him specially. Sanjeev Kapoor was the chef who was in great demand, and feeling of always, working with him. So, but that chance never came through. So if at all, there is an opportunity to work with him, definitely it's open. I have a chef called Paramjit who is recently new in our kitchen, and not very familiar with the wavelength of what we speak and what he understands. We just told him, Param, we need a good carving station for tomorrow, being Christmas. and said, "Yes, chef, don't worry, I'll do everything, you know." But the next day when, you know, you come across, you see a nice fruit carving station instead of the roast carving station that was there in our mind. And obviously, you know, we changed it immediately. A lot of things went into it. But one of the small examples of, you know, how not being so open in communication could get you into trouble, you know. There's one gentleman I've come across, you know, who wanted a spicy pasta with chicken, you know, and that too in a cream sauce, and served with mango pickle. So, I mean, that's how he was used to eating, you know, after a couple of shots down. So, I do understand that, but yeah, we are happy to cater to him. Other area which has always been attractive was something like architecture. I was actually very much interested into architecture before picking up this. Something I could say I crafted it was this masala potatoes with you know, sunny side up on top of it with some curry sauce was beautiful, you know. And once you cut the yolk through and how the yolk actually seeps into the potatoes and you have it. So it's like a continental breakfast or an English breakfast where you serve your eggs with your hash browns in a similar Indianized way, but that's what I could think of those days, and was actually very beautiful. Baked egg white frittata with a smoked salmon and nice arugula leaves, arugula or rocket lettuce, and with nice salad on top of it. It comes out beautiful. It is actually whipped till the egg whites are like shaving foam, so it really fluffs up, and you actually bake it in the oven. It holds it together. You just dress it up with a salad, serve it with some nice extra virgin olive oil.